Yeah, dude. I was, man. I couldn't get myself to anything, man. It was just one of those days, I guess, or one of those weeks. But we're back. We're ready.
We're
We're
better
gonna
than
get
ever,
this
man.
going. Yes.
Let's get some growth through stupidity, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, what was your? What you got a shout out for the week?
Yeah, I want to give my shout out for the week to my barber Kelly. He actually is our barber. He is great. He is actually over.
Hmm.
If you're in the Des Moines area, Universal Cuts, basically on 48th University Avenue. They do not pay us for anything. He is just a fantastic barber.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a place to get your hair cut, just pop in again, 48th and University. And as for Kelly, he is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Hi.
What
Long
was the
pause.
delay? I was gonna say, like, normally we see the outskirt, the outline of her, and then there's a very ear shattering hi. Not this week. Wow.
Right? What's new, girl?
Whenever I say poop, you say
Shit.
Language.
What's going on, kiddo? You want to say hi to Brian?
hi.
What are you eating?
Uh,
Okay, a Jolly Rancher. All right,
That
cool.
is that is a sign of a kid with their parent. We ask what they're eating instead of them telling you that it's open their mouth
And
and
show.
shows you whatever is left.
okay. We were at the grocery store, and we just had a picture in the parking lot of the Star Wars car that had me on it.
Yeah, we saw a Star Wars wrap on a
Dude,
Ranger or something.
I
Yeah.
was at I was at the grocery store yesterday, and there was a car with a Batman wrap.
Dude.
Seriously, including had not only customized hubcaps and the rims, but also the brake pads were Batman yellow. So the car
Dude.
the car itself was black and
Dude.
with a few yellow Batman logos, including like
Mhm.
the classic one where it's the black bat with the yellow outline. But then you looked at the wheels, um, jet black rims, the classic again, really from like the Michael Keaton movie,
Mhm.
yellow and black Batman logo in the center of the hub, and then but then when you looked at the brake pads, I mean these were not just standard yellow, like the yellow matched the logo. So
Nice.
whoever did this spent some money hooking their car. I waited around and the owner didn't come out, and then I felt like, okay, this creepy guy that's hanging out in your car going, "Hey, me like Batman too," might have been a little odd. But if by any chance through the world of social media, whoever was on the south side of Des Moines in a Batman inspired car yesterday, it made my day. So, drop us a note to say, hey, who you are. We just fantastic. You seriously you showed me how unserious I've taken my fandom. That I have not straight up hooked up my ride to look like we call my black truck the Batmobile, but I got nothing. Like
Yes.
seriously, what they drove in the Batman, you know what I'm saying? Like what Edward rode in the Batman had, the Bat muscle has nothing on this car.
That's fair. That's definitely fair. Let's see here. My shout out for the week is Just Life. Like I was saying, man,
Dude,
kind of took a pause, took a break. I didn't really go to the gym. I played a lot of video games, man.
fair,
I finally beat Jedi for Survivor. I'll talk about
fair,
that here in
fair,
a minute.
fair.
I was working a lot, man, so I just had a lot, man. Just needed a couple of days, so that's okay. That's
Hey,
okay.
Eric just put in a comment, came in late, but I think I know the guy you're talking about. Dude, fantastic. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that car gets lots of love. Yeah.
I would like to see that, man. So, by the way, Eric, you got to come on here sometime, dude. Awesome. So, Brian,
Hmm.
talk about TV shows, movies, and all that. Games.
Yes, sir.
What's your TV show of the week? TV
Okay.
show, movie, all the good stuff.
TV show. Now, these are not necessarily brand new to the audience, they're brand new to me, and to show that I am a multifaceted, multicultural person. I got to tell you, the show that I've been loving is, I'm going to name two because they run together, is Queen Charlotte and Bridgerton. I was a late convert, and let me give my favorite, my best Bridgerton perchance on yonder opening of the demic of fandom, shall we tally forth into the nerd abyss, yet arise more idiot than knave. So, Queen Charlotte and Bridgerton, seriously, thank you, Growth Through Stupidity. Yes, no one judged that. That was horrible, and I know they don't have to talk like that in the show, but it's still fantastic. And my movie of the week, I got another two for you. So the movie that is my true movie of the week, new movie, is Supergirl and the Legion of the Legion of Superheroes. Fantastic, I really dug it. That actually plays into a question I have for you a little bit later on, sir, which is if you want to check that out, that is on HBO Max. And then a movie that I just got a chance to watch, though you've talked about it plenty, is Ant-Man and the Wasp with Quantum Mania. So I caught that on Wednesday. Now that dropped on the Mouse on Disney Plus. And if we have a little time, I want to talk a little bit about that one because I have something you mentioned about it that I made sure to watch for. But I just want to maybe we can delve in that either this week or another show. But definitely now that we both are caught up on it, I would love to chat it out with you a little bit. But before we do that, sir, Bradley, what are your show and movie of the week?
Show Blue Bloods, man. A show is season finale is done. It's just a good show, man. Just no. I don't think anything super special happened. It was just a normal run. I know it was re-up for at least another season, but all the actors had to take pay cuts.
Sure.
So I'm guessing the end is coming up.
Quick question about Blue Bloods. Mm-hmm. Is there any chance we'll get a Higgins sighting?
That would be so cool.
Is there any? He's probably passed on, but is there any get either Higgins sighting or can Selleck just roll in like the car, like or in a helicopter?
Or the shirt.
No, dude, that's what
it's the shirt. It's the shirt. Yeah.
By the way, if Rick or TC are around, please make a drop. And if you don't know, we're talking about the actual Magnum PI, not the abomination. Mm-hmm. So here are things that don't ever need to be remade: Magnum PI, MacGyver, and the only reason, and I'll give this one a little bit because I actually like the show a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'll give Hawaii Five-0 a little bit of a pass. Mm-hmm. Also, the first run of it was before my time, but I grew up watching Magnum. Grew up watching MacGyver. You just can't.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. That's crazy. That's craziness. But
by the way, all I'm hearing in my head right now is the Magnum PI theme song.
Which it's a good theme song, man.
It's a very good theme song.
Dude, it's in like Knight Rider, man. Which Knight Rider might be on a list for later too. So.
Yes. I always wonder if they, because I think I saw someone do this with the toys, but just like a legit race, the Magnum PI car versus Knight Rider versus, just because yesterday I watched the original Back to the Future, the DeLorean, which we all know the DeLorean wouldn't actually start. If you don't know anything about the real DeLorean, these were horrible cars. They were horrible cars. The only thing about them was they were part of a really good movie, but the actual vehicles stunk. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, Blue Bloods, my game, dude. I finished Jedi Survivor. If you haven't played it, play it. If you want, do you want spoilers?
Give me some spoilers, sir.
All right, dude. So there's a Darth Vader scene. There's a Boba Fett scene. The Boba Fett scene is amazing.
I was gonna ask which one was better, the Boba Fett.
Yes.
Okay.
Way better. But the one of the main planets that you travel to is Jeddah.
Nice.
Yeah, so they kind of flush out a little bit of Jeddah. Where they go is fantastic. The story of Cal Kestis is really good. Nice. I really do hope we get a Cal Kestis in live action.
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, and then my movie, man. Oh, Jeddah Survivor. I'll break it like 4 beers. It's fantastic.
Good.
My movie, Fast 10, not called Fast 10. Your seatbelts.
Is it called Fast X? Like, what is it called?
Yes, Fast X or Fast 10. And we're going to break this down into 3 movies, man. This is going to be a trilogy. Okay, so
don't make it Fast 12?
Yeah.
And by the way, Fast X sounds like when you're home alone and you're bored. And maybe back in the day, the Sears catalog came in. And you will flip to the back was where they had, where they had the underwear section. And then maybe you wander slowly by your parents' room, hop on your knees. I gotta stop there and make this really weird. Then the neighbor comes over, right? Okay. Reach under the box and slowly, and we'll just leave it there, sir. Leave it there. So that's what Fast X sounds like. But we're talking Fast 10 and legitimate will be Fast 11 and 12. Good so far?
Well, here's my thoughts on it without getting in it too far. It's a Fast and Furious movie.
Right. No one watches a Fast and Furious movie for the plot. Okay.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And I'm going to put this in the same thing like I did with John Wick Chapter 4. Sure. It was too long. It was 2.5 freaking hours.
For a fast movie.
For a fast movie, man. And
see the irony in that, ladies and gentlemen? You have a movie called Fast, and it's 2.5 hours long. Okay.
Yeah. The action is good, and you want to see it on the big screen. And
I can imagine. It wouldn't work on a small screen. It would not work. Okay.
Yeah, I watched it in the Screen X, and it was good. But yeah, I mean, like, would I have paid money to see it in the big screen?
Yeah.
Probably not.
By the way, Screen X sounds like a pair of socks when you at home alone. All right, we're gonna keep going. Okay. The only thing about the Fast movies that I would really ponder at this point, I feel like they owe at least a third of the profits to the WWE. At this point, can we, with Dave Bautista leaving the draft character behind, maybe we'll get a Dave Bautista sighting like the third installment of the Fast X movie.
That'd be cool.
At this point, you've got Cena, you got Dwayne Johnson, you've got Vin Diesel, who's built like a WWE superstar. You got Miss Rodriguez, who could kick the butt of any WWE superstar. Like at this point, give me David, give me Brock. You know what?
God, Brock would be perfect for the Fast and the Furious, man. I mean, heck, his move is F5.
There it is. And back when John Cena was good, he had a movie called the FU. All right. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, with that, let's get to
that fucking music. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Fandemic. This is a podcast that celebrates all the things. That is awesome. Every week we give you everything that you need to level up your awesome. I may know a thing about that. I actually wrote the book on leveling up my awesome. You can check that out on Amazon right now for $7.99, or send me a message and I might be able to help you out with that. Now, we have several ways to do that. In a Lone Star, I go through the best bad reviews that I can find based on the title alone. In Prevenge of the Nerds, we tell the stories that could have happened before and after your favorite movies, TV shows, and so much more. And in the Fandemic, we look at supporting cast, properties we adore, or tribute our favorite actors, movies, and so much more. Plus, I have interesting conversations with amazing people monthly. Or we just do whatever the heck we want to do. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and this is
Brian S. Dennis with an S stands for Brainiac. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. But Bradley, I just thought as you were describing the different pieces of the Fandemic, this is really the place, ladies and gentlemen, whether you do it alone, whether you do it prematurely, if you come hanging out universe, you will always get sticky.
I couldn't have said that better.
And I could have said it worse. All right.
Well, John, so today we're just going to do some random fun stuff, man. I got a couple things for Brian. Brian's got a couple things for me. We're gonna do some. We're gonna call this the fan cast frenzy here. Before we get into that, Brian, you have a tad, I do believe.
I do, sir. I do. So I thought about it. We talk so much about the things that we like in general thing, but what we don't really get to is really a little more info about ourselves. I thought maybe we can do a little get to know the host. So I figured, if you don't mind, sir, I got a little Q&A for you, sir.
I love it.
All right, I've got 3 questions. Hopefully none of them stress you out too much. But first off, because it is now warm. Now we fan cast and podcast from the Midwest. So any day our temperatures could be, anywhere from 85 to negative 35. So it is currently nice weather here.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's nice weather, I love the barbecue. So Bradley, what is your favorite barbecue food?
Steak.
Really?
Steak.
Not ribs, not brisket, steak?
Well, I have never broken the code on brisket. I can't.
Never.
I can't.
Okay.
I've tried twice.
Okay.
To be honest. And so I've never. Both times I failed miserably.
Failed miserably as far as making it or eating it?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. But steak I can do.
Okay.
Burgers I can do. Brats I can do.
Gotcha.
Pretty much I can do about everything else.
Ladies, did you hear that? He can do everything else.
Look, the pool guy.
And that is really what's in the box. All right.
Oh my gosh, it's a quarter.
It's a really good thing we're free. Okay.
Right. So what about you, Brian? What do you like to when you get your cue on?
So my big thing of it is either ribs or pork loin. I've made a few briskets. Briskets are really time intensive, but now that we're at actual smoking barbecue weather, I am going to make you some brisket, my friend. I'm going to hook you up. We're going to do it big, and I want to get an honest. In fact, when I make it, I don't want to hear about it. We're doing honest review, and I mean this sincerely. I want an honest review on the show.
Awesome. I can do that. We have to have macaroni and cheese as well.
Dude, my mac and cheese is like the bomb diggity, as I'm like now making myself hungry. So I'm more than just funny and 98% inappropriate. I ask and cook. So I will make you some brisket and some mac and cheese. And again, I just want your honest feedback, but I want it during the show. All right?
Yeah, I'll get with you probably after the show, but we're going to be doing, I think I'm going to do a grill out for here in a few weeks for latest birthday. So
sweet.
Yeah.
We'll knock it out, my friend. All right.
Yes. Awesome. All right. What else you got for me?
Question number 2. I want to know your fave spirit. And by this, either your favorite alcohol or if you have one, your favorite ghost.
Well, my favorite alcohol, I'm not really a huge drinker. I mean, I can drink.
I am.
I don't like vodka. Vodka, I have been able to do vodka in many of years. I could do some in like mixed drinks, but straight vodka, it's down and out. Thank you, U.S. Air Force. Thank you. I like the cinnamon stuff. I like a little hotness in my shots.
Yes. Okay.
I am a big fan of Crown Royal. I like me some whiskey. And I've never everybody's always told me like, hey, we need to try the expensive stuff. I'm like, yeah,
I got you.
Man, you know what? A little bit of Crown, a little bit of Coke, or a little bit of Pepsi, some ice. You know what? Not even anything, and that's good sipping for me.
Crown Royal Peach with any type of tea that you can get. And again, they are not a sponsor, so we make no money off this.
But if you want to sponsor us, we're in.
But I'm just name dropping just to tell you, either Lipton tea, like it comes in the bottles, or the fountain tea from Quick Trip. Add that with a lot of Crown Royal Peach because it's Crown Royal Peach. You add a lot. Yeah. So that. And here, Bradley, just a fun fact for you. We line up on almost everything, almost every time. We don't prep a lot if you can't tell by the results. But when it comes to alcohol, we are polar opposites. I cannot stand anything cinnamon, hot damn fire water, anything like that. It's not going down and staying down with this cat.
Yeah.
So when we go to the bar, you do all the cinnamon, I'll do all the other because I will do all the. So my drinking is very much like my college dating experience. I will take anything that will have me. So so there it is. But my personal favorite is, by the way, again, not a sponsor, but Osceola, which is a small town here in Iowa. They actually have a distillery called Revelton. They make some really good stuff. So Revelton Distillery in Osceola, and I'll send you some things. I grabbed a bunch of stuff. It's really good. All right. So last up, and this one unfortunately will only pertain to you. I can't really share anything. I don't have any of these. But Bradley, if any of our fans know you've seen you, you have a little bit of the ink, sir.
Yes.
So I have a twofold question for you. Number one, what was your favorite? What was your first piece of ink? And number two, what's your favorite? And I love the story behind either one of them.
So my first piece of ink, I don't actually have anymore. So I got it when I was 18, but I actually got it covered up, and got covered up with a Star Wars piece.
Okay.
And my favorite piece of ink is my newest, which is my when Leia was about 6 or 7, she drew a Princess Leia, and I got that tattooed from the amazing Kelsey LeRae at Warrior Studios. I'm saying your last name wrong, and I'm sorry. At Warrior Studios in Waukee, and I need to make another appointment to get some more Star Wars stuff done.
All right, Kelsey Warrior Studios in Waukee. Make sure we give proper credit. Kelsey Warrior Studios in Waukee, Iowa.
Yes.
And if you don't know Waukee, it's Waukee, Waukee, Iowa.
Yes.
Perfect.
You walk into that shop, and you were walking into nothing but Star Wars props,
bro.
I mean, like all over. The owner is a vet. And the majority of the artists there are female.
Okay.
And it is, man, like it's like home. Like if you want ink, I won't go anywhere for ink except for to Kelsey, and then if you're, or at least Warrior Tattoo, because man, they were so amazing.
All right. So again, want to give our credit. We mentioned a couple places. Looking for a good haircut here in Des Moines area, Universal Cuts, Kelly. And if you're looking for some good ink, Warrior out in Waukee, and you go to, what's her name again?
Kelsey.
So Kelly and Kelsey, thank you very much. And again, we don't get any sponsorships from this stuff. We're just talking about people that we think do really, really good jobs. So I do not have any ink. I debate all the time about getting tattoos. Most are fairly dark. So if I'm going to spend the money and the pain, I'm also a huge, like if you get a needle near me, I will probably wet myself. But I'm then we'll just make it weird and keep going from there. So I will bring towels. But along with that is getting some ink has been a thing that I've had kind of going in the back of my head. But I want something so I may have to consult you, and I also want a piece similar to what you said with Princess Leia, a piece that would mean something. To me. So definitely again, thank you for sharing a little bit about that. And I love this. The one thing I want to kind of ask again is you told us that you got your first piece covered up, but you didn't tell us what the first piece was. Can you share?
Yes, it was hey, that looks really cool. It was an eyeball in marijuana leaves surrounded in tribal.
That makes perfect sense what you would get when you're 18.
Yeah. It sure was.
that if 18 was a tattoo, if 18 was like a guy's tat, it's pretty much that.
In 1998.
Oh, dude, that is 1998. That was like that should be like if we go to the calendar, we just see 1997 in numbers, and 1999 in numbers, and in 1998 just be an eyeball with cannabis around it. Absolutely, yep.
Yeah, and the eye wasn't even bloodshot. I don't know.
And hopefully neither was your tattoo artist. They were just like, hey, let's just do this. All right.
Oh, so my tattoo artist for my first 2 tattoos was amazing. He's a good friend of mine, still is. Jerry Myers. Shout out to you, buddy. Man, like I love you. Been kind of part of the family growing up, man. Awesome person. So
cool.
Definitely shout outs to you. All right, so Brian, I
Yes,
got
sir.
something for you.
Let's do it.
I came up with 5 different franchises that I think. Did I get 5? Okay, yeah, 5
Yeah.
that
Okay.
I think are ripe for a comeback.
Got
And
you.
either needs to be continued,
Okay.
or it needs to be rebooted.
Sure.
So I'm going
As
to
long
throw
as
these
one
at
of them is not Grey's Anatomy, we're good.
you. You are right. Yes.
I know you feel about Grey's, my friend.
Man, that show just let it go, man.
Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
let it go. It's bad. It just
Yes.
stop.
Yes.
Reboot it or something. I don't know. Anyway, all
Okay.
right.
Or just boot it.
Boot it. Yes, boot it. Go back to the first 7 seasons.
Yes.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So I got 5. I'm gonna let you pick the order we're gonna do. So you give
All right.
me a number between 1 and 5, and we're gonna say that one first.
We're gonna start with lucky number 3.
Lucky number 3. So what I want to know is, do you think it should be rebooted? Do you
Okay.
think it'd be better as a TV show
Okay.
or a movie?
Sure.
And do you think should they just leave it alone?
Okay. Gotcha.
Number 3,
Yes, sir.
Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay. I think you need to reboot it just by the fact that it's a classic, obviously, the first movie that was done in color and all those wonderful things. But the
Mhm.
same things again is like anything that's really old school, some of the messaging or how things are portrayed can get a little
Yeah.
problematic, right? So I definitely think we need to update and coincidentally, coinky dink, I actually was on the Talking of the Ticks either last night or this morning. I had Jen, so I'm not sure which one. Uh, but they actually was someone on TikTok actually wound up following them actually fan cast the Wizard of Oz.
Really?
So yes, so in a reboot, so in that reboot, it had, from what I can remember, it had Morgan Freeman as the Great and Powerful Oz.
I like it.
It had Tilda Swinton as the Wicked Witch.
Okay.
It had Amanda Seyfried as the Good Witch.
Okay.
For the Munchkins, it had several. I remember it had Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah.
The gentleman the gentleman who played Willow, I cannot remember his name. But that gentleman, and then of course the most hysterical of all, and then Johnny Galecki from The Big Bang Theory, and the round out from the Munchkins, one Kevin Hart, which I thought was just
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes. I think
Fantastic.
he would. What are the flying monkey people?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! Would you cast
That
them
was
or
Andy Serkis. That
Andy
was
Serkis?
Andy
Okay,
Serkis.
that's amazing. That is.
Whoever, I'll have to look back through because I favorited it. So it was, I'll send it to you. It was someone who did now, but Bradley just, and again I have to find out who it was. Not only did they fan cast, hey, these people be really cool. They actually are digital artists. So
Mhm.
they took like Andy Serkis. They actually did Andy Serkis as, because Andy would be all of the flying monkeys. Did
Yeah.
as the
Yeah.
flying monkeys, Andy Serkis as the flying monkeys. They did Kevin Hart as a munchkin. They did Tilda Swinton Green as the Wicked Witch. So it was
Mhm.
fantastic. And lastly, Dorothy was Haley Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So I can't do any better than that. I can't do any. So what I'm saying is, whoever want to do it again, if I had my phone hand, I would have to give you credit. But whoever just recently on TikTok posted a digital art fan cast of the Wizard of Oz, that should be made into a real thing. So if there's any people that have any pull and making movies,
Mhm.
wants to put a few $1,000,000 behind this, if you could get these people to actually do these roles, this person has done all your casting for you. It is fantastic.
Did they do like the Tin Man and the
They did the Tin
Scarecrow
Man, the
and
count.
the
Yeah,
what? Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna find it and send it. But they did
Okay.
They did Dorothy. They did Tin Man, Cowardly Lion. They did the Scarecrow. They did again. They did who would play the
Okay.
Munchkins, who would play the witches, and who would play the flying monkeys. It was again done in not only for the artwork but just the casting. All of
Mhm.
it made sense. It was done so very, very well.
So what? Matthew McConaughey as a Scarecrow.
All right, all right, all right.
What about Hugh Jackman as the Cowardly Lion?
Wolverine, Mr. Greatest Showman. Dig it. Yep.
Right, right, right. And then for the Tin Man, Will Smith.
He needs to, as long as it's 10 minutes to slap anybody, I think it'd be a great
Right?
idea.
Yeah.
I got this one, and
Or
not that
Chris Rock. Actually, I think I like Chris Rock better, but
I kind of like Chris Rock as Oz. Could you
that would
think
be
about it?
interesting.
Because he would just go the hell off that someone found him. Like, do you understand how hard this was to do? You know, all the things I had to get. Yeah.
Oh, I can actually just hear
Yes.
his voice saying all that right now.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And
Yes.
the only person I would cast differently, the one person that was, if someone else was like Glenn the Good Witch, I don't know why. I think it would have to be like maybe something like Taylor Swift. Like Taylor's got that whole blonde,
Wholesome.
yeah, and then what you realize is that Oz is her ex, and she's gonna write a song about him.
Yeah, and so Jake Gyllenhaal have to be in there somewhere, you know.
Fair,
Yeah, awesome.
Fair.
All right. Now, out of 5, 3's gone. What do you got?
Number 2. We'll go number 2.
All right. Are you ready? Oh, and by the way, is Wizard of Oz a movie or a TV show? Movie.
Ooh.
Okay.
You know what? Let's do this one as a TV series.
Okay.
Because that we can spend more time in character development. Absolutely.
All right. Number 2.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite comedy, comedy action movies of all time.
Okay.
Franchise, Police Academy.
Definitely needs to be redone. And again, this one again would be a series. I would say this should just be straight. Forget streaming. Do a straight up Comedy Central, and you could redo this. Because in this one, I'm thinking you got to have Seth Rogen as a Steve Gutenberg character.
But yeah, you got to have Steve Gutenberg.
Yeah, you got to have Steve Gutenberg. But basically, you have it as a spinoff. So Steve Gutenberg has, through hook or by crook, risen through the ranks, and now you've gotten Seth Rogen is like the new guy coming on the block, and you have to juxtapose him with someone that can be like the straight man. And this one, because they're already friends in real life, you can be James Franco. And then you can just go into from there and actually take them through the real Police Academy. So yeah, so we can do not even a reboot. This will be a sequel. This will be continuing the storyline. We got, and you know what? I think Bubba has passed away, but you never say got Michael Winslow still around. So you can get a few of those people actually in their newer roles. And again, yeah, dude, Bob Quack. Okay, I hope he's gotten twitchier with age.
Yeah,
I really do. Like that's why I want him when he just bounces. He's like a bouncing ball, like a Super Bowl. He just bounces up and down. That's all we get. But yes, that would be my whole deal. Is the continuation of the storyline. Do it as again Comedy Central show. Because I want it low budget. I don't want like a lot of money. I want this done on as big a shoestring budget as you can. Yeah. And again, talk Seth Rogen and James Franco. That's where all your money goes. Get those two to do it, and go with it from there.
I love that. The only thing that I would say is I would have it more like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah,
and that kind of sort of be like a 30-minute show.
Yeah,
but like kind of have it overarching stuff, and maybe even work in Adam Sandberg and Terry Crews as part of it. But
my head also had you seen Animal Control on Fox?
I have. I didn't really get into it.
I dug. Well, I like Joel McHale, so anything Joel McHale's in, I'm down for it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I need to give it another shot because I only did watch like the first episode.
It gets better. It really does get better. And one of his shows that was didn't even make a full season, but I thought was one of the ones that should have gotten more was if you never caught this show called The Great Indoors. It was really good. So basically the real premise for quickness, The Great Indoors is basically it's a travel magazine called The Great Outdoors. And what winds up happening is they move from that to doing basically a completely online deal. So you had this guy, kind of like if you ever seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben Stiller, kind of that person that Sean Penn plays, played as Joel McHale, and then they actually bring him from the will, and he's been able to kind of be this Indiana Jones-esque person that's not got to work in an office with a bunch of millennials. It was really funny. Unfortunately, it didn't get, and I can see it because it's kind of a niche show why it didn't make enough to stay on the air. But if that streams anywhere, check out The Great Indoors. It's really good. And again, Joel McHale is really good. My favorite role of his, and I move off my Joel McHale love, but you started something you didn't know what you're going to start, is if you've ever seen Blended, the third movie with Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler. He plays such an incredible douchebag. He's my favorite part of the movie.
Yes, I agree with you, man. He was definitely better than the rest of the movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Oh
Other
man.
other than Terry Crews, Terry
Mm.
Crews steals anything.
Terry Crews is just one man. Like you could watch it, put him in anything, and it
Yes,
doesn't even matter, and it's gonna be
yes,
good. I mean, I love Terry
yes,
Crews.
yes.
I
Plus,
watch AGT pretty much just for Terry Crews.
yeah, I am. Plus, I'm jealous. By the way, I've now added something to your intro of me. I am the unverified twin of Shamar Moore in the nipples, the unverified twin of Dwayne The Rock Johnson in the eyebrow, and the unverified twin of Dave Bautista in the head wrinkles, and I am the unverified twin of Terry Crews in the abs.
All right, I am gonna mark that down.
And no one asked me to prove that because that will get us kicked off the internet. All right.
All right, cool. I made a note. All right, so we got 3 and 2.
We got to go number 5.
Number 5 is Knight Rider.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Okay.
Leave it alone. That's a quick one. Leave it alone. No one could out Hasselhoff the Hoff. Leave it alone.
What if they brought back Hasselhoff?
Only
and the original kit in today.
Only if David Hasselhoff is as dysfunctional as I really hope he is.
Okay.
Like, I think there was a thing where he made like, I want it done in Germany where he is still like worshipped there. Like, I wanted David Hasselhoff that was in Dodgeball. Like, his ego is out of control. His father, David Hasselhoff, by the way. His ego's out of control. It's been fed uncertain. He lives in a place that the A's never died. And the fact that he doesn't even have to have wardrobe, like he actually still wears that black leather pleather members only jacket everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes. And for any young people that are listening, you don't know the awesomeness of a members only jacket, especially if you pulled it up to the sleeves, to the elbows. That was when you were winning. You had so much feigned confidence. You had so much bravado you did not earn, which is what bravado is, and a members only jacket. So that's going to be my pledge. I am Brian S. Denzel. That stands for Brainiac. I'm bringing back the members only jacket.
Awesome. Well, he's not doing too much right now, so maybe he would be down for it. Okay, but I am.
Do we need to verify that he's not doing much? Well, it'd have been a bigger shock if you said he had something in the hopper. Like, wait, what? If I was, here's what he's doing. He is living again. My guess is in some place that doesn't have state income tax, probably something that is some province in Germany. He is worshipped, living off that Knight Rider royalties. Because that's what I would do. I would go to a place where I am forever adored, and I would live off my Knight Rider. I would live off whatever I did in the 80s. That was my heyday, 1,000%.
All right, I agree with you. Okay. So we got Knight Rider. We've talked about the Wizard of Oz, Police Academy.
That's it. Number 4. Yep.
Number 4. Okay. Time Cop.
Oh God, it's got to be redone. It was so bad.
But it's such a good premise, though.
Okay, first off, you gotta love the muscles
from
Brussels. So 100%. I have two. I'm of two thoughts. A movie. This is because we want it done in one shot. Okay, we will not subject the audience to coming back week after week for this abomination. So we do one of two things. Either we delve into all the kitschiness, and if we're gonna do that, we already mentioned if we're gonna just basically make it a farce, which part because that could be really funny, would be again, I think we do Joel McHale. Just because we mentioned him, I like Joel McHale. So, but kind of the way that Nathan Fillion is your man crush, Joel McHale is mine. I love me some Joe. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the other side was if we did want to make it like an actual serious, real movie, I would love to see Jason Statham in this role. Like, we actually do it like legit, make it hardcore. Hey, when Fast 89 is done, he'll need something to do. So I would say either you do it as a movie, either do it as you almost do it as almost like Zoolander did for modeling. You would do this for action movies, and you get Joel McHale, or like a complete almost parody, like Time Time Cop 2, we should have stopped at 1. That's what I would name it. Or you have to do a legit rebooting of Time Cop, and in that one, I would want to see Jason Statham.
Okay, so like I think my pick would be Scott Adkins if you're going to go serious. But
I don't know why in my head I heard Scott Baio. I'm like, really? All right, okay.
But yes, dude. Like if you could do a farce parody of 80s action movies and
maybe
a series called Time Cop and have Joel McHale in there, that would actually write itself. That's
by the way, Scott Baio, if you're listening, we really don't want you on the podcast. No.
Because Charles is not in charge, man.
Not to mention, if you heard anything that Scott Baio thinks about anything, no, Scott, we're good. We're
okay.
We are really good. We are really Rick Schroeder. We're okay. We are really good. Yeah, go gag on your silver spoon there, sir. All right. Now we have number 1 left. That's enough of. By the way, the opinions of Brian Dennis are again to do you boo boo. So what's number 1 for me, sir?
Highlander.
Oh God, we got to reboot and absolutely a series. And this one, it is absolutely. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not a reboot, similar to Police Academy, but the exact opposite of Police Academy. So in Police Academy, we're going to go hard into the farcical nature of Police Academy. That's always Police Academy meant to be funny. In this one, just because, and I forget the name of the final movie, I was so let down. By the end.
Are you talking about the last one with like Highlander 3 with Connor McCloud?
No, the last one with
Adrian Paul.
Yes,
where he actually like became the last and ended up having a kid, and it was like really
wait. So again, my head was wait a minute. So you give her immortality to pay child support,
right?
I don't quite that really okay. So again, his great reward for getting immortality is it's something that happens to an 8-year-old who gets an eyeball with cannabis leaves around it. Okay, so that's just
That was Highlander: The Source. That was 2007.
It was the source of my pain. Okay, so now we're looking at, we're getting close to, 15, 16 years away from it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue on with, we probably have to do a baby reboot because with the source, they kind of ended it. So we need to go back in time a little bit. So we're going to do an Elseworlds version. So we're going to do Highlander, but in another universe. We're going to keep all the things that make Highlander great. So we got the quickening. There can be only one. Half the soundtrack will be Queen music. All the things that everybody loves about it. But then we got to take a very serious look at it. Like, I want beheadings. I want lightning coming from the sky. I want flashback scenes. I want people having that moral conundrum of, I don't want to kill people, but I have to. It is a kill or be killed type deal. I want the emergence of new immortals. I want all the things that made Highlander a kick-ass movie and a great like, this show was so good. And again, for the younger audience that is listening, this show was so good, it was always syndicated. It started as a movie, then it became a syndicated show. So you never knew where to find it. Like me, who's moved around a little bit, and Brad was in the military, you would find it. You would seek out, and this is before the internet told you everything was. You would find you some Highlander just again, because again, there can be only one. By the way, WWE with your world titles, there should be only one. Okay. Yeah. So with this, Bradley, who are you casting as? And again, let's make it another. So I got it. This is sad. I want your opinions, but I don't know why this just popped in my head. Because A, you could keep his name, his real name. B, he legit is Irish. What about Conor McGregor as a new immortal?
That would be awesome.
His fight career is getting, a little long in the tooth here. I have no idea if he can legit act, but he looks like a badass. Right. Like, I would love to see Conor McGregor and forget like using a sword. He just rips your head off. Like, bam, there we go.
I'd be okay at that. Now, there is apparently there is they are rebooting it with
Okay,
Henry Cavill, I guess, is attached to it. I don't
fair,
know. I don't know
fair,
where they're at in that.
sure.
I prefer Highlander. Hopefully, if they do it right in the movie, maybe we'll get another series. But
Like Christopher Lambert Highlander.
yeah, but so they're rebooting the movie, but give us a series as well.
Yeah, I would love it if it featured a female immortal, like a female McLeod.
Yeah,
Like,
Sarah. Named
yeah,
Sarah.
like yeah, Sarah. or how about this Martha McLeod? How about that one for you?
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, and because again,
I can't cut your head off now, man.
yeah.
Your mom's name is Martha.
How do you know that name? By the way,
Swords drop. We walk away. Go get a beer.
Could you imagine if someone like fan casted that? Like if he was like, okay, if it gets out that Superman is basically can't, or Batman or Superman can't fight you with the like. Can you imagine if the Joker just walked around with like a little sign that says Martha?
My name is Martha.
Hey, my name is Martha. Like if Harley Quinn like legit changed her birth certificate to say Martha, like, oh come on, Puddin'. But yeah, so give us a Highlander with a female lead. What about Maggie Q? Like, let's go completely the other way.
Man, that would be the series.
Uh-huh.
That would be the series to go along with the movie. It's kind of like they did before.
Yes.
Which I mean, I know they had to backtrack to make it work because like you had 3 where he cut off the head of Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he could like have magical powers and things like that.
Yeah.
And then they went to Endgame where Edge and Christian were in there.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way,
but
you think you know me. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Good job.
By the way, we're fans of wrestlers as actors as long as as long as no one would be better than Roddy Piper but give us wrestlers as actors because why not? Okay.
But I mean, it's not like we're asking for a sequel to Suburban Commando.
Just don't give us Ready to Rumble 2. Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see that?
David Arquette and Sean
William Scott, wasn't
it?
it?
Yeah. Sean. No, it was the guy from Hawaii 5-0. Sean Conn or what's
Scott Conn.
Scott Conn.
Yeah. By the way, and again, we understand that everybody's a wrestling fans and it matters to a lot of people, but it matters to us. You understand that because of that movie, David Arquette legit became a WCW World Champion. That's where they lost me. That was the jump to sharp moment. I'm gonna see what WWE's doing now because I can't even suspend a disbelief for David Arquette to be the world champion. Like David Arquette, I had a hard time believing David Arquette was surviving the Scream movies, but he's gonna go win the title. Yeah, not so much. All right, so we have rebooted Highlander, and we're gonna have it starring Maggie Q, and they can have a thing like they can have it Highlander and give it some type of thing to make it make sense for Maggie Q. But just anything with Maggie Q is really good. She even made that ping pong movie. Pretty good. Yeah. What Balls of Fury.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pause real quick. Here's how you know that a movie is produced, written, and aimed at guys. Because they have stupid names that are euphemism for sex. Like Balls of Fury. Get it? Yeah. Yes, we got it. Because we're older than 4. We completely got what you meant. Balls of Fury. Yeah. All right. Cool. Okay, sir. Rescue me from myself here. What's next?
That's all 5 I had, but I do want to. I did read because we started actually rewatching House.
Okay.
And I was reading that Hulu is bringing it back.
Like as a reboot or a continuation?
A continuation. So it's a revival. Are you for a revival of House or no?
I am because I didn't like how it ended. I think the last 2 seasons, it just wasn't what it should have been. So give me Hugh Laurie. Give us those folks back. That'd be great. Hopefully they can get as much of the cast as they can. I believe the guy that played Jesse, I can read his, he's an Australian actor. Mm-hmm. He was on Chicago Fire. I think that character's no longer on Chicago Fire. Mm-hmm. So I hope they give us as much. You got to give us Omar Epps minimally. You got to give us Lisa.
Yeah.
Give us back Liesl Edelstein. I know she left before the series was over. Mm-hmm. I miss Liesl Edelstein. Just a big fan of hers. Yeah. By the way, Bradley, Have you ever seen? I don't know why I seen Lisa Edelstein is one of those actresses that almost like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Like I notice her in different movies. Have you ever seen Leap of Faith with Ben Stiller, Jenna Elfman, and Edward Norton?
Yes.
Lisa Edelstein is like one of the creepy dates that Ben Affleck goes on.
Huh.
Yeah. Like she's the one that goes punch me in the stomach because her abs are so hot. That is actually
Oh.
Lisa Edelstein.
Damn, that's a good movie too.
Here's another one again, and this is one that's real. Again, this is where we go nerd deep.
I got that one.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it, bro. That was my cue. I sprung it on you. Yes. Have you ever seen As Good as It Get with Jack Nicholson and Helen Hunt?
Yes.
The couple in the diner scene where Helen Hunt's character is actually out because her son's sick, and basically it's where Jack Nicholson wants a couple to get out of their chair, and he makes fun of them for being Jewish, which, by the way, no one should do.
Mm-hmm.
The couple at that table is actually Lisa Edelstein, but also when House updated and they changed the doctors who were working for him, the one older doctor who struggled with a lot of infidelity to his wife. So you had two people that were later on reunited in the House show. And what do we have been being dropped in by our new cameo?
Yes, Leia's been making me a Jedi and Sith bracelets. So
okay, I call the Sith one.
Jedi and
Oh,
Sith
can you make one of these for Jedi and Sith for Brian too?
I just want Sith.
Just one Sith. Just one Sith one.
This one's the Sith?
Yep.
The same exact type of pattern?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Because Bradley, we're about to change something, but Bradley, I feel like I have the need to disclose with you.
Yeah.
Big boy.
I'm bearing my soul open to you. Other than Mace Windu and Yoda, I generally do not like the Jedi. I find them incredibly hypocritical.
Yeah, man.
I am typically Team Sith. I really am.
To me, gosh, I don't like. It was hard to say. I like the story.
I just opened up a can of worms.
You did
for you.
well because nothing like the actual Jedi would have ever made it, right?
Right.
With what they were did. I mean, like, I'm a big fan of Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon is one of my favorite Jedi.
Yep.
And I mean, at Obi-Wan, but that's the one thing that I felt that going back and watching the Clone Wars did for me is like, okay, Obi-Wan had a relationship with Bo-Katan's sister.
Yeah.
I mean, like
they really aren't space monks. They're supposed to be, but they really aren't. Yeah.
Right. Because they humanize some of them. I mean, like, but there again, I always go back to me. The most interesting part of where they should go with the Jedi Order and things like that wouldn't have been the monk. It would have been a value system, and how does that play?
That works out better for me. 100%.
Right. And so like. The Jedi Council is due, right? I mean, like honestly, the balance should be real. That's where all those generations and centuries.
It's where they actually acknowledge the light and the dark will always exist. Because I almost say like when you reach a certain level, when you become a master, you have ascended beyond that internal battle of light and the dark. I personally, that's one of the reasons why Anakin and Vader have always been fans more attractive to me because they had that that never stopped.
Yeah,
it never stopped, that battle. That's why I think that's why a lot of people really dug how Adam Driver played Ben Kenobi. Is that no matter what even when the movies weren't that great, the Skywalker that had some issues in it, but his portrayal was really, really good. Adam Driver's a hell of an actor, but also he made you feel like it's never as simple as the light and the dark. We all are shades of gray. Yeah. And that played out everything that he did. Like, I killed my father. I kind of got a thing for my cousin. Like, I kind of like, I'm from the South, so that makes sense to me. But those things, hence the lovely ATL shirt. I'm just hyped for the Falcon season this year. But don't let me down. Please. Please. I had a good draft. Just please, just make the playoff.
All right, man.
I'm sorry. I know we're low on time. Tom Brady is gone. Come on, just playoffs. I don't even. We gotta win. Just one playoff game for your boy. Do it for me. All right, cool. All right, let's move forward.
Yeah, man. We'll do a whole episode on fixing Star Wars.
Yes.
I think we could do that because I mean I'm with you, man, on a lot of it. So I know we talked.
Yeah, last one because I know we were running long. Have you seen the fan theory that when a Care Bear loses his feelings, it becomes an Ewok?
No.
It's lovely. I'll find it.
I love that. Though.
Basically, when a Care Bear loses their Care Bearness, they become an Ewok.
I mean, that's headcanon for me.
And that's what happened. Like when you have because their little cloud area is like in the sky because it's in the clouds, right?
Yeah.
So basically, all Ewoks are fallen Care Bears.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love that.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Okay, next up, sir.
All right, well let's talk a little bit. Let's do an honest ad, and then let's hit our fan casting frenzy.
Okay, sir. So here's my honest ad, and Bradley, my honest ad because my son went to this yesterday. He went to the Renaissance Fair. So here's my honest ad.
Where was the Renaissance Fair, or was it the Metaphysical Fair?
No, it's the Renaissance Fair. They do it now twice a year. They do it at Sleepy Hollow. They do a spring one and a fall one. So the spring one was this weekend. I forget when the fall one is, but they are doing the fall one.
Dude, I love the Ren Fair.
Okay, that may be a. I would say that may be a thing that I will attend with you, but I don't want to allow my tag team partner. But we shall see. We shall see. Maybe we have to today. All right. So here, let's see if you still want to go after my honest ad. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I'm going to laugh either way.
Sure. Here we go. All right. So the honest ad for the Renaissance Fair with an E at the end of fair.
Mm-hmm.
Calling on outcasts, nerds, freaks, and geeks. Come Trekkie, come hacker, come ADHD slacker. Be an emo or goth, all sinners from gluttony to sloth. Arrive as you may, all furries and fae. If ye possess anxieties and oddities to spare, you're welcome at the Renaissance Fair. Untighten your buttons, have your fill of mutton. Mingle with jesters and knights, driven to prove their might. Damsels abound with beauty to astound. Peasant tops are plentiful, holding much more than a handful. Please do not touch and be mindful of your stare. You may indeed find your betrothed at the Renaissance Fair. Now make haste. There is no time to waste. Don yon most fanciful cloak and possibly inhale some medicinal smoke. Forget your every care at the Renaissance Fair. And that is my honest ad for the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, dude, we're going. We are so going. Oh God, yes, we're all.
I am proud of that one. I am proud of that one.
Love it.
That is one of my favorites. Now I am proud of that one. Okay.
Very good. Let's hit the Fancast frenzy.
Okay, if you don't mind, I'll start off. Okay.
Yes.
So, by the way, for the audience, it's going to be pretty quick, 30-second takes on just what we think on these. So, then give me your quick. I'm going to name a character. Just give me your gut reaction. Who will make a great version of this? Okay. So, we're rebooting the Superman franchise, and then start with who I think after Lex Luthor is Superman's best villain, which is Brainiac. Who would you cast as Brainiac?
Mark Strong.
Nice. He's already got the head. Like, seriously, got the nice. Yeah, perfect. Got the voice. I think that. By the way, we owe him something after giving him Sinestro.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so with the multiverse and all the things happening with Marvel, let's say sometime in the future, they're going to give us another Black Widow. So with a character plays that, if it's not going to be Scarlett Johansson, who would you recast as the Black Widow?
Dove Cameron.
Nice. I'm digging these. And then this would be voice acting alone. One of my favorite shows from my childhood. I get a feeling you probably dug it too. But it is going to be the story of the alien life form, Gordon from the planet Melmac. Who would you have voice acting Alf?
Kevin Hart.
Okay, yes.
And I
Yes.
really want that right now. Now I
Yes.
really want that.
Yes. Yes.
Kevin
By the
Hart
way,
doing Elf.
by the way, the best part of Secret Life with Pets 1 and 2 is Kevin Hart is that damn bunny. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
dude, I
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
really, I
rewatch.
really want that.
That is
All right.
brilliant. That is okay. My turn. Give me whatever you want in the fan cast, sir. If you got something for me.
All right. So now talking a little bit about DC, I have a
Yep.
lot of favorite characters.
Sure.
One of them is Booster Gold. Fancast Booster
Okay.
Gold.
After we've thrown a lot of different ones, this one just hit me. I would do Kevin Bacon. He'd be an older senior
Okay.
Booster Gold. He would come. He could, especially given how he played in the X-Men movies. Just again, just broken, a little sinister life. And by the way, the guy legit married his cousin. If you didn't know that, that's a little Kevin. Yeah, him and Kirsten are very distant cousins. I would love to see Kevin Hart playing an older version of Booster Gold. Not Kevin Hart, Kevin Bacon.
I read the other day, and I was looking for it but I couldn't find it. But apparently, Sean William Scott is in the running for Booster Gold.
Yes.
And did I send it to you? Did I send that to you?
No, but yes, I can see it. Yeah.
And I actually really dig that too. Okay.
And again, we owe Sean William Scott after giving him Lethal Weapon after it had already been established. Yes.
Yeah, man, like that was too bad. He honestly could have, if he could have been a younger Riggs.
If they'd have started with him, it'd have been fine. But
Clayne went a little crazy, but
a little. All right. Number 2.
All right.
What you got for me?
Number 2, we're on the Marvel train.
Okay.
One of the most important mutants.
Okay.
Wolverine.
This was tough. Wolverine. I know I'm on the clock. I'm trying to think of all the people who could play Wolverine.
And all the different versions of Wolverine.
And all the different versions of Wolverine. We've mentioned him before, and it's not like he's our go-to for a lot of things. But I think Henry Cavill. I think he's a good actor. I think he's got the build for it. I think he can rock the beard. And I think he needs to. He made Superman ultra-violent. I know that wasn't all his call. If you give him a character that is honestly, fundamentally a violent character, I would love to see him play some Wolverine.
Okay. All right. And last one. From one of the shows that we were going through earlier.
Yes.
In the world of Police Academy.
Yes.
Commandant Lassard.
Oh, that's got to be. Geez, I'm blanking on his. Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel would be awesome.
Yes, Howie Mandel.
Okay.
Howie Mandel.
By the way, Leslie Nielsen.
He's passed on.
Oh, duh. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a. No. If we're taking reality,
right? We're breaking it a little bit.
Yeah, we really are breaking like the 8th ball at this point. Then I can retract some of my statement. By the way, I'm cheating on 30 seconds. Another one that would play, if we played an older version of Wolverine, it would be Liam Neeson. I would think Liam Neeson as an older, like old man Logan. He'd do really good.
Old man Logan would be a good trilogy to do,
especially with where they take the Hulk in that.
Yeah.
Again, not to give too many spoilers. That actually is one of my favorite versions of Hulk.
Absolutely. I mean, Hulk is so hard to do, though. I mean, because all it is destruction. So it's hard to really get a great story with the Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean,
you need a really good Bruce Banner to humanize Hulk, which Mark Ruffalo, out of the air when Norton did a really good job. I heard Eric Norton's really tough to deal with in the Incredible Hulk, so I get why they went Mark Ruffalo. But Ruffalo really humanized that character, which made you feel for the big green, smash character is, who's really inside. So yeah, those are good. Those are really good.
Yeah, and so I'm not a huge fan. I don't mind Mark Ruffalo as an actor. I'm just not a huge fan of his Hulk.
Okay.
My favorite Mark Ruffalo is in Zodiac.
He's good in that. I will say if you've seen him in and this is it's not a apples to apples, but seeing him in The Kids Are All Right, he plays a really good
Mm,
convoluted character in The Kids Are All Right. He
mhm,
also he's got a really good dynamic with him and Julianne Moore. They have a
mm.
really good dynamic in that movie.
Yeah.
It's much more of a grounded drama, but it
Okay.
shows you again kind of the him playing a really convoluted, complex character. I think we need more Mark Ruffalo just as like a serial. By the way, the guy that plays. Have you seen the show You? And I cannot
Yeah.
think of the
Penn
guy that.
Bagley.
Yes, Ken Bagley would make a really
Yeah.
good like villain in something.
He'd
You
make a
know,
good Doctor Doom.
he would make a really good Doctor Doom.
I could definitely see him as Doctor Doom.
Yes.
Any actor that you could see as Reed Richards, you should
Yeah.
be able to
Able
see
to
as
see as
Doctor Doom
Dr.
as well.
Doom.
Yeah,
100%.
man.
100%.
Because I know Adam Driver is rumored for Mr. Fantastic. Margot
Okay.
Robbie is rumored for the Invisible Woman, and Daveed Diggs is rumored for
Thing,
the
right?
Thing.
Yeah.
And Johnny Storm, they haven't really said anything about. I haven't seen any rumors for him.
See, for me, I see Daveed Diggs more as a Johnny Storm. You know, other than they have to make him and Sue Richards siblings,
Yeah.
but you know they kind of did that in the Miles Teller again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Marvel didn't understand that while they were making the Fantastic Four, they were really making the Abomination. That just when Michael B. Jordan can't save a character, that tells you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Very
Yeah.
much agree.
Not to mention, she seemed more into Michael B. Jordan than she seemed into Miles Teller. Which
Mhm.
that by itself, I mean, at this point, we're really making Game of Thrones. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, they have to knock Fantastic Four out of the park. They have to.
They have to. And again, as I've said before, and I bet it's going to come out as a movie. It makes so much more sense to do it as a Disney Plus series. It makes 100% more sense.
Yeah.
You got to build a family. I mean, they legitimately are a family. I mean,
Yeah.
three quarters of the Fantastic Four are related.
Yeah.
So you really have to do that. Not to mention, if you already began. By the way, this bleeds into. I know we're running long on our time, but this bleeds completely into with Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Quantumania. Is you've given us Immortus at the end of that.
Yes.
That ties into Fantastic Four. Other than if I was Reed Richards, I'd be asking, who's the father? But other than that,
yes. Oh man.
And by the way, that's a nerd deep one for real. You got to resolve a couple questions there, or just change the backstory, which is easier.
Right.
But
although
yeah.
I'd rather than they answer the questions.
Yeah, like I would love that moment with Sue Storm going, yeah, you know, like make Killmonger's real daddy. That's what they
right.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
She can just go, dude. It's Michael B. Jordan.
So for everybody who's lost right now in this part of the conversation, okay.
Yes.
Well, this is just a quick spoiler for something that you probably should know.
Yes.
Kang is a descendant of Reed Richards.
Yes.
Just so you know. All right.
So Kang, Immortus, he who that remains, all the versions played by Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
By the way, is he going to be able to continue in the?
I don't know.
They've banked. I mean, he's the big bad, right? So they banked a lot on a guy that is already removed from a lot of movies and commercials due to some pretty significant allegations.
But I thought that it came out false, though. I mean, like I haven't been following
the specific one, the one that started it came out false.
Okay.
I mean, he had texted without. Again, it's a little dicey stuff. Basically, there were some allegations. Jonathan Majors had taken some liberties with a woman. I'm forgetting the details. You can Google all this.
Yeah.
There are text messages that recanted. Where she recanted at least some of the details about how she was injured and some of those things, but other individuals came out as well. And so I think some of those things are still maybe in the area of being a thing. By the way, people should respect people, just do all those things. But, you know, kind of like similar to with James Gunn, someone's removed, then they come back.
Mhm.
I don't know a person's innocent or guilt with any of this sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
just from a practical matter of it, is you just wonder all the things they had planned for him,
Mhm.
because he is the central of the multiverse storyline. Is what happens again with all the things you said at the end of Quantum Mania. By the way,
Yeah.
and specifically again for anyone that's lost at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, the one of the, because this is a Marvel movie, one of the scenes that be at the end of it is that you have several versions of the character. Most of us know either it's Kane the Conqueror or he that remains. If you're familiar with the Loki show, one of them is a Justin Pharaoh garb named King Immortus, which he's the fairy called a king. That's always kind of weird.
Mhm.
But that character within the comic canon is a descendant of Reed Richards. So Reed Richards is Caucasian. Jonathan Majors is decidedly not. So that's what we're joking about, the whole baby daddy situation.
Mhm.
I am just glad to see the character. Kang is one of my favorites. Probably my favorite Marvel villain after Doctor Doom. So I'm really I'm really glad to see him there. So
Yeah, man. So cool. Yeah, we can go late today. It's fine. So I have one more thing I want to throw at you really quick. So I had earlier today, I was at the metaphysical fair talking to some people, whatnot, but I got on a topic of the show Friends. Okay.
Okay.
Wouldn't.
By the way, Bradley, I'll be there for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
When the rain starts to fall. By the way, I want to get to your point, but again, I'm having one of those tangential days today.
Yeah.
Since when was that the test of really good friendship? That they will still be your friend if it rained?
I mean,
like, are you that big of a d-bag that if it rains, your friends are like, "Hey, I'm out. I just can't. I just can't."
True.
Now, if I had Chandler in my life, I might be out. If it got a little cloudy, I'm out, dude. Sorry.
I got Friends trivia in a couple of weeks at B&B.
You should bring that up.
I had 90s music. I'm definitely gonna. I like to do head scratchers.
Sure.
As many as I possibly can, like the Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that. But I had 90s music trivia or bingo last week.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. But interesting.
All right, what do you got for Friends? Hit me, sir.
Friends, but only with iconic serial killers: Freddy, Michael, Jason.
Yes.
Like have like 5 of them or so.
Yes.
Like, and then have it like just have a sitcom with all these scary like people, but they don't know that each other are bad guys, so they're all going out killing, doing whatever, but then they'll come back and live in pretty much the same house.
I mean, could you imagine someone that's
and it has to be super comedy.
Could you imagine someone that's offering like Freddy Krueger ointment, like, hey, here's some aloe vera. You got a little something on your face.
I would say it goes to the Subway in New York, but
or Freddy, who's known for that quick wit, trying to have a conversation with Jason and Michael, who don't speak.
Right.
Yeah, dude, who would win? Who would win in a track meet between Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers? Because neither one of them ever run, but they always catch their victims who will run in full speed.
Yeah.
Who wins, Michael Myers or Jason in a 40-yard stroll?
I am going to say, are they chasing somebody?
Here's who they're chasing. They're chasing Drew Barrymore, who for whatever reason kept answering the phone and ran outside the house, only to trip while they're coming, and has the inability to get up after about 7 minutes. So, yeah.
Are they in the woods or are they on a street? I feel like this would matter.
They're in the woods so they can see the street while Allah oh God, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Honestly, Allah Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's trying to get her sister to open up the store, even though she walked past like 7 other vendors that were open. Yes, I want that. That's what's going on.
I'm gonna say, I don't want to say it's gonna be tied, but I say that I think that because the machete is bigger than the knife.
Yes.
Jason is going to win by a blade length.
While that is close, that is incorrect. The proper answer, sir, is the leprechaun coming in on a big wheel
yes.
for the win.
Okay.
For the win.
All right, yeah.
If you've never seen that, that is one of the most iconic, stupid, but incredibly funny scenes. Is in Leprechaun. Is I think it's Leprechaun 2. No, it's Leprechaun in the Hood. I think is Leprechaun just rolling through on an old school big wheel, like with going like 90 miles an hour with the cops going like, what is that? So my money is always on Warwick Davis. There we go. It was also in Willow. Warwick Davies as the Leprechaun. He's my pick in any time, and we got to have him in a serial killer house, which is what I just named the show.
Yeah.
Serial Killer House.
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, it could be called Serial Killer Friends.
Serial Killer Friends.
Or no, Killer Friends.
Killer Friends.
Killer Friends. So would it be more like just like they don't know or they do know what's going on?
I kind of have.
Then you could have like the parody of like Jason trying to be Freddy, or
Yeah.
you know.
Part of me goes, I almost want to do it almost like how they did the Un-Americans, they're not Un-Americans, Ugly Americans. Great show, by the way.
Mhm.
It's like they're aware, but they kind of like try to pretend like they're not. So they could do like weird things, like Freddy and like they do like in the bathroom, like Freddy and Jason getting their masks mixed up. Things like that. You could have where people keep trying to like pet Chucky and it really annoys him, that sort of thing. Little things like that. You could have again with Jason and Freddy, they can have like the whole ointment versus hockey mask thing. Oh, but the best shit ever is like every time Jason, like they could do this running thing like it's April Fool's Day and Jason keeps trying to surprise someone.
They tie their shoelaces together.
Yeah, but every time he gets near them, you hear, and people go, Jason. yeah. Or even better yet, like one moment he really is like maybe out of pocket. Then the phone rings and it's Mrs. Voorhees.
Yeah, I love it, man. So
right.
Okay, now I know it would never happen because of copyright and everything like that.
Sure.
But what do you think?
By the way, they would keep Predator as a pet. And
an alien, and they'd have like a
little menagerie. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you think like we even taking out the iconic horror, because yes, we all would love that.
Sure.
But just with the normal people, build a show.
Yes.
With like 5 friends that are all serial killers and don't know that they're serial killers.
Oh, 1,000%. I think you could totally do that. Or if not all serial killers, they're all criminals.
And like one of them was a cop or something.
Yeah. Like the cop who shares, like, again, if we take this to New York, take the idea of the friends, like you have this loft and you have 2, 3, 4, 5 roommates to afford the rent, and like all of them, like say you're like the world's dumbest cop. Like you flunked out of like the police academy like series, like you flunked out and you're living with like an international jewel thief, a serial killer, an arsonist, all these just bad people. You have no idea what's going on. I think that would be just fantastic. I think you could totally do that.
You have like a cop, and then like one person's a serial killer, one person's like a robber, or whatever. Whatever. And then like all these people. Oh my god! Yeah, dude, that's actually really good.
And like the clues are obvious,
sort of like a whodunit, and
like what a jewelry thief. Every time they go out to eat, he pays them like diamonds. The serial killer, like they take like every day, they'll take like turns during laundry day. So when they're doing like, why is the serial killer? Why is there always blood? Like, or he wouldn't even recognize his blood. Like, hey, why do you always have all this red paint all over your clothes?
And he's got to be a detective.
Yeah, like absolutely. Like take Columbo.
What, do jigsaw puzzles all the time?
Yeah, like take Columbo and like put it on like he's the most bubbling. Basically, it would be like the Pink Panther like turned up to like 11. That's totally what it would be. And I do like that idea of somehow bringing in Jigsaw. Like, hey, why are your toys always around? Like, perfect. Like,
right? Will you
like,
please stop making those viral TikToks? Come on, man.
Yeah. Or he do some silly like, no, I don't want to play a game. Why do you always want to play a game? Like, no, I'm
playing my PS5. Damn it.
Are you bored? Like, I don't understand. That'd be great.
Oh,
That'd
dude.
be great.
I'd actually think there's something there. I think that'd be fun. All right, man. Do you have anything else for the night? Oh, Human of the Week.
Yeah, so we're getting my human of the week. Again, I just thought about this as we mentioned. In Saw, again, what would happen when he goes, would you like to play a game? If someone else goes,
No.
no. Because he was kind of ethical. So
Yeah.
would he have like let them go? Like, I don't have your consent, so I'm gonna let you go. Like
Yeah.
maybe that was the way you win the game. You just go, no. Like people screamed help,
Mhm.
stop, but no one ever goes, no, I don't want to play the game.
It's like the knock knock joke. Knock knock. If you say just come in,
Yeah,
they got
it
nothing.
ends.
They got nothing.
And just like when you go underneath your parents' bed and you slowly pull out that box, you get to come in. All right. So my better than us human of the week, and this is just because for some reason it was all over my social media, but I want to give some love to Christina Ricci. I love Yellow Jackets, and Bradley, if you've not had a chance to check out Yellow Jackets, she steals both season 1 and season 2 with her portrayal of Misty. I love me to Christina Ricci. She was fantastic as Wednesday Addams. I know in the reboot you're going to play an adult Wednesday Addams, and of course, my personal favorite role she ever played was in Black Snake Mode.
Yes. All right. Well,
By the way, with one Samuel L. Jackson, where the L stands for.
All right, so I have 2 humans of the week. One, I have a nephew who just graduated from the high school.
Beautiful.
Jace, love ya. You're doing amazing. I'm sure you're going to do big things. And then I also got to meet my baby cousin for the first time. My cousin's kid, actually. And I got to hold my other second nephew, my nephew's kid, this week too. But I got to meet one for the first time. Blaine Michael. It was cool getting to see it. Lance,
Very cool.
doing a great job. Let us know if you need some help hanging out and stuff like that. All right, so Brian, where can we find you?
You can find me, the People's Champ, on the Book of Faces at Brian Stephen Dennis. Please give me a like, a follow, or friend request. I try and keep it interesting, keep it light and funny, and I can't wait to interact with you.
All right, you can find me on the Facebook as well. Just look under The Fandemic. Also, you can find me on TikTok at The Fandemic1. And I also play Monopoly Go because it's so much fun. As you can hear my review so much more. If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. One, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic. You'll get we'll either toast you or roast you on the next episode. You can go to Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN Fandemic. Become an episode assistant, an episode producer, a pre-bench producer like Stacy, or become part of the con. Yes, you could be part of the Council of Nerds starting at $5 a month. Become a monthly supporter at anchor.fm/PVOTN. Just go PayPal or Venmo at Bradley Butan if you want to be more direct. Or you know what? If you just can't afford anything, just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. You make sure you leave comments. We'll talk to you. We have dozens of listeners can't talk today. Woo! Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. So, Brian, I think we are at max levels of awesome for the week.
Yes, sir.
Let's end like we always do on a positive note.
As always, sir, thank you for joining us for the best part of our week. We hopefully have let you bury the needle of your awesomeness and start your week off on a great positive note. So please remember, no retreat, no surrender, and Goonies, never say die.
We're all playing the same game in life, just on a different level. You're welcome for leveling up your awesome. Live free or die empty. If you think about it, every time you feel stupid, you just got a little smarter. Squirrels' cheeks are their nutsacks. And remember, don't let today end in a why, didn't I? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.